Mate, you're fired.
Why?
Because you made the M1 chip so good, douchebags are keeping their M1 chip since 2021.
Why don't we just make the M5 chip better so they upgrade?
Oh, that's it, mate. Mate, bring up the chip performance slider.
So how far do you want to push it?
I want to push it more. More!
Boss, this is now officially faster than the M3 Pro chip. You want to keep going?
Alright, that's fast. Now I need you to put this on the website. M5 Macbook Pro. Chuck your rubbish M1 MacBook in the bin. No trade-ins allowed. I think Apple may have killed my beloved 16-inch M1 Max with his tiny little M5 MacBook Pro. I've never thought of downsizing my 16-inch until I tried editing for 6 hours straight on a flight to Uganda, then to Bali. It was absolutely painful editing on this 16-inch in the air. And to be honest, it's annoying plonking this behemoth on the table at a coffee shop too. This 14-inch base M5 MacBook Pro may get me to completely change my workstation.
Human beings, I was meant to do a full talking head thing, but I've got no time. I literally have to catch a flight in an hour. And I don't even have the MacBook yet. So this is the 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro that I've used the shit out of. My test is going to be to see if the M5 can do the kind of heavier workloads that the M1 Max is so good at. So let's go and buy the MacBook Pro right now. If I can't get it on time, I'm gonna have to get it in Melbourne, which sucks because I wanted to use it at the airport. So let's go. I'm actually, this is live. I'm going right now. Let's go right now. Oh crap, I haven't even packed my bags yet.
I said goodbye to wife again, then jumped in an Uber to the airport.
On the plane, I looked at the tray table and didn't even bother taking out my 16-inch. After dropping off my bags at the Airbnb, I went straight to the nearest Apple store.
It's actually closing in about 40 minutes, so I'm grateful that it's open here.
I've always wanted the space black MacBook Pro, but I saw a crapload of scratches on the edge which showed the natural silver color, and it looked chat. So last minute, I decided to pick up the silver MacBook Pro instead.
I've never unboxed an Apple product at the Apple store. Why is Apple Store busy everywhere in the world? I don't understand. So, wow, the size immediately, the freaking weight and size, man. This is, and I actually like the silver. Everyone's got the black, everyone. And did you see how much scratches there was on the black? What's in the box? You get the magnetic charging thing, and you get a brick, which is 70 watts. All right, I'm gonna set this up, install everything right now, and I'll see you back at the hotel.
Guys, so I've used this MacBook Pro for the past 3 days whilst I'm on a business trip here in Melbourne. And I absolutely love the size and weight of this thing. Now, every time I take it out of my bag and plonk it on a table, wherever I am on the go, just feels so much better than the 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. Now, the 16-inch, oh, bruh, yo, this is ridiculous. Yo, this is the first time taking the 16-inch out since I got to Melbourne. Holy, this, really? I did this for the past 5 years? Just taking this out of the bag was awkward. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, chuck this in the bin.
Can I just start with a small flat white, please? Check this out. Look how small this table is. This is my hand. Normally I wouldn't sit here because I've got a massive ass laptop, but now I think I can. So let's see how we go. See that?
I don't know what the weight difference is, so let's actually teleport home real quick, get the fat babies to check the weight on the laptops.
What's the numbers?
Oh, it's too heavy.
It's too heavy. The scale doesn't work.
Oh, is that heavy?
It's easier to pick up.
This is easier to pick up.
Okay.
Is this one better?
Like and subscribe. Back to Melbourne.
You can really feel the weight of this in your bag, or even if you're just holding it, walking around, you can really feel the weight difference. That's the only thing you're gonna give up when you go down to a 14-inch MacBook Pro is because the screen is much smaller. 2 inches doesn't sound like much, but it is. 2 inches is, it's a big deal. And so the first thing I did at the Apple Store was you go into display settings and then you click on the more space setting. You have to do it. Without that, it just feels so cramped, especially when you're trying to get work done. I don't know, it's only one generation ahead of M4, right? But it just feels like it's cutting everything like butter. To the point where this morning when I was editing at a cafe, before doing this talking head, I forgot that this was a base M5. Like I totally forgot. I was editing as if this was the M1 Max MacBook Pro and I was like, whoa! From memory, the M4 Mac Mini, I used that alongside with the Vision Pro because I'm an idiot. And yeah, and that couldn't handle After Effects properly. Like it would literally just crap itself and just close After Effects because it just got it was just too much. Keep in mind, this is the base, the cheapest M5 MacBook Pro straight out of the Apple Store. I just realized like when I'm shopping for a laptop, Windows is not even on the radar. Not even like a little blip. Nah. And the main reason isn't just the hardware that I love, Apple Silicon, but it's also the software, macOS. I genuinely believe that macOS is probably the most efficient and effective tool for creative professionals. I know there are some Windows tools out there that doesn't exist on macOS and you cannot get work done on the Mac. I feel sorry for you guys. But for creatives like us, the reason why majority of us use Mac is because of macOS. The only flaw that I could see in macOS is that it literally never throws anything out, even useless large cache files that serves no purpose. I found a tool called Clean My Mac. The cleanup tool cleans out the system cache, leftover development junk, and random files in downloads, and even duplicate files. The new cloud backup feature is actually kind of useful. It scans your iCloud, Google Drive, and OneDrive accounts to find huge files wasting space. It also has this Moonlock anti-malware engine built in. This thing picked up threats I never would have seen myself, and the menu bar tool is great for quick checks on memory, CPU, and battery health. But the easiest part is just using Smart Care. One click and it runs all the essentials for you, like cleanup, optimization, and maintenance. So if your Mac feels slow for no reason, try Clean My Mac. Get tidy today with a 7-day free trial and use my code NAM20 for 20% off. Now, let's go back to Melbourne and the job I was doing. I took this MacBook Pro to do a few shoots, and turns out the talent I was interviewing bought the same M5 MacBook Pro a few days ago too. Guys, so this is Sue, and she happened to have bought the same laptop at the same store. Yeah, so I wanted to ask, what did you upgrade from and why did you upgrade?
So I had an M1 Apple Air. I wanted to get into more creative content, right? And I wanted to start my own podcast. I wanted to become cooler and better, being especially in my field.
Bang on. Sue upgraded the M5 to not only be cooler, but also to dabble into content creation. Now, the base MacBook was never recommended for hardcore content creation though. So I put together a few tests to destroy the M5 MacBook Pro to see if I can recommend it. Guys, this is straight up annoying how this base ass M5 is performing against my M1 Max. So in the next couple minutes, I'm gonna try make the base M5 MacBook Pro cry and beg for me to turn it off. So first thing I wanna do is do a real life encoding test. Let's start by opening up Media Encoder. 3, 2, 1. M5 has been loaded ages ago. Did you guys see that? That is absolutely crazy. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. Encoding, yes, there we go. They're starting to encode. The Max chips have 2 encoders, okay, versus the 1 on the base chips. So when it comes to encoding stuff, yes, the M1 Max is still gonna kick its ass. M5 is now done. So it took an extra 2 minutes and 45 seconds for the M5 to finish encoding the same thing. And now let's open Premiere Pro. 3, 2, 1, go. Yo, the M5 is nuts. I mean, it's not slow, but dude, that was like instant. Let's do a playback test. See if the M5 could even play this back. Go.
Put your hand on the keyboard so it looks like you're doing something.
Oh my goodness. So the M5 has less RAM. So as you play, you can see the RAM just getting eaten up. So it's just, because it's got 16 gigs versus 64 gigs, okay? So the M1 Max can keep everything in RAM, but because the M5 is so fast, it's able to render it in real time, whereas the M1 Max can't. That is actually wild to think playback on After Effects is better on the M5. And render. Ooh, would you look at that? Whoa! They finished at the same time. Man, the M5 is a much bigger upgrade over the M4, I'm telling you. I've officially loaded 8K onto both of these computers. So let's listen to it on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. What the frick? They're both not dropping frames. Okay, I'm gonna put a LUT on it just to make it harder for the computer. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so let's listen to it on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Why is there no lag? This is crazy. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a circle talking head on both of them, and then let's see if it lags. Set, go. Okay, so let's listen to it on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. What? It's not lagging. What's going on? This has just ruined the test. Playback.
This guy's battery is crazy.
What? I give up. I give up. I think the only way to make this cry is to do like proper 3D work, and which I don't do. And I thought this was gonna be the Achilles heel, and clearly it's not. And I'm rendering this at full res. I really tried to make the base M5 cry, but it just will not bend its knee and give up. If you're in the market to upgrade and you don't make content for a living, this base M5 is actually overkill. Just get the MacBook Air. But if you plan on dabbling in content creation, then this is the best laptop you could get right now for the money. Or maybe look into the used M4 Pro market as well. All right, humans, what is the actual difference between these two other than size and weight? Which is kind of like the main difference for me personally, but what are the differences outside of that? Here are some actual downgrades you will make if you go from the M1 Max to the M5, okay? Because this is the maximum version. First of all, the M1 Max, and in fact all Max variants, have 2 video encoders. That's why this was able to encode the files faster than this guy, even though this guy has more modern tech. Next, the M1 Max actually still has more brute force GPU power because it's got 32 cores of GPU, and it also has 400 gigabytes per second of bandwidth memory versus the 153 gigabytes per second bandwidth memory. But to be honest, I don't really know what that means. And in fact, when you're doing day-to-day general use, the M5 feels a lot faster. I think the downgrades end there. So now let's talk about the actual upgrades you get by going down to the M5. First tangible difference you're gonna notice is this thing has 1000 nits of brightness, and I can already tell this is 500 nits and this is 1000 nits. It's not double in my perceived, it's not double the brightness, but it's gonna make a difference. You can get a whopping 6 hours of extra battery life. That is a pretty big game changer if you're traveling. Center stage camera is actually much nicer, and the HDMI port on the base M5 is actually HDMI 2.1, so you can do 4K, 120 Hz, and even 8K. And it also has a multi-audio channel, so you can use this as audio as well, whereas the M1 Max misses out on all those. It's a HDMI 2.0, by the way. There's Wi-Fi 6E versus Wi-Fi 6, and this thing has Bluetooth 5.3. Now, Bluetooth 5.3 is a big deal because I've been having Bluetooth issues on this Bluetooth 5.0 M1 Max. So when you connect a lot of Bluetooth devices and stuff like that, it gets a bit weird. So sometimes when my AirPods are playing up or my mouse is playing up, I have to disconnect the Bluetooth thing in order to make it run smoothly. Whereas this guy, you can attach all the Bluetooth stuff you want, and it's much more reliable and has less latency for when you're editing with AirPods, which is a huge improvement. So, considering all these upgrades, will I be replacing the M1 Max 16-inch with the 14-inch base M5? No. That's only because I know that the M5 Pro chip
is actually coming in like a month or two. Once the M5 Pro comes, I will give that a shot alongside this guy, and I'm gonna see. This just shows how good they made the M1 Max MacBook Pro in 2021. Bro, it's like 5 years ago. It's to the point where I'll still pick the 4-5-year-old M1 Max MacBook Pro over any modern Windows laptop today. What about gaming? Oh, I've got a gaming PC for that. You know, I don't need a laptop. Laptops are stupid for gaming. So when it comes to laptops, nothing beats this guy, trust me.
Okay, now I need you to push an update that just kills the battery of the M1 laptops. All right? For the remaining people that didn't upgrade their MacBooks. You're kidding.